Ridgeside Canine Rants coming to you from the Laramie, Ridgeside Mobile. Just got it back from the shop. Just took it to the car wash. Running down and do some shopping real quick. Get back to the house. Wanted to cover today Ridgeside Rant on dog training, dog business, dog drama. Yeah, not so much in that order. But as far as training goes, guys, man, we are cruising right now. Staying busy. Everybody's staying busy. You got dogs coming, dogs going. I really wanted to touch on, when it comes to training, how critically important to long-term success maintenance training is for the dog, and what that means for the average pet owner that is getting a dog back off a board and train. Whether it's from Ridgeside Canine or any of the other dog training businesses that do board and train, there's a ton of them out there. Ton of really good ones, ton of not so good ones. So make sure you do your research, make sure you're sitting down and choosing a trainer that fits best with you. Let's talk about that really quick. How do you choose a dog trainer? Excuse me, got a little closer. How do you choose a dog trainer or a dog training company? Let me try to change this gimbal up. This thing's vibrating a lot. Hold on. All right, let's try that. Hopefully that'll be a little better, a little bit smoother here. You guys know I use a gimbal on the dashboard while I drive, both hands on the steering wheel. At all times, we're always safe, seatbelt hands. Let the gimbal hold it in place, but it was a little bit vibrate there a minute ago. So anyway, how to choose a good dog training company. There's a lot of variables on this stuff, guys. There's a lot of unknowns. First and foremost, try to find somebody that's established. I'm not saying that up-and-comers are not good dog trainers. I'm not saying that at all. It's actually quite the contrary. Some up-and-comers will be more hungry to work longer, harder, and do a better job than established trainers, if you're using the wrong established trainers. With established trainers, also sometimes, rocking at Starbucks, I know. Anyway, with established trainers, sometimes you'll have people to take shortcuts. That happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen at Ridgeside Canine, but it does happen. So when you're selecting a dog training company, word of mouth is the strongest way to do it, guys. For all the dog trainers out there, never forget that. Word of mouth is very, very, very powerful. So always treat your clients like gold. If your clients, try to get in contact with people that have used the dog training business that you're seeking out so that you can get firsthand information. Outside of that, talk about methodologies with these people, guys. Talk about how they're going to train your dog. It's really important. You know, I hear a lot of trainers that talk about certain methodologies, and you can know within like maybe 30 seconds of talking to them, they don't actually know what they're talking about. And what does that mean? They understand how to perform what they were taught by somebody else, which is fine, but they do not know why behavior A is being modified by consequence B, right? They do not understand what is happening behind the scenes. Therefore, if training doesn't go exactly as planned, you can have a lot of problems very quickly, and you can have a dog that doesn't meet training. So when you talk to somebody from Ridgeside Canine, I would say for sure they're going to be able to explain to you at a world-class level what is happening. Furthermore, be a little bit cautious if your dog trainer is locked into a one methodology or what we call, one-trick pony dog training. Some people excel at one methodology. Nothing wrong with that. I do too. But you also have to be able to quickly adapt to dogs that aren't excelling in that methodology and employ a new methodology to problem solve and troubleshoot. Just make sure the dog trainer, the dog training company that you choose is wide open to problem solve and create success with your dog, and not locked into one trick pony. What I tell all my trainers is this, guys: I don't care what you do, as long as it's ethical, legal, fair to the dog, and you can reproduce what you did back to the owner so they can have long-term success with your dog. That's dog training, all right? You cannot make the mistake of thinking that because methodology A worked for 10 dogs in a row, that it's going to work for the 11th dog. And it's not fair to hold that 11th dog to the same level as 1 through 10 were, when a simple adjustment in what you were doing would make all the more clarity and really allow the dog to understand what's going on, right? Dogs are like people. It's like kids. You can't compare dogs. You can't compare kids. A really good school teacher is a school teacher that can change up information delivery quickly while still delivering the same information. Does that make sense? It should. I could almost be a teacher. Actually, it wasn't one. Not important. Anyway, being able to then take what you did to the dog and put it back on the owner with some level of clarity is critical to long-term success. Very, very important. Make sure the company you choose takes time on turnovers. Make sure the company you choose has a, not an open door policy, but an open scheduling policy where you can call them, text them, email them, and get back in touch with that trainer real quick to troubleshoot as a dog progresses, grows, and things change. Life happens, and dogs change. All right, what to expect and what the average owner needs to do on the return of a board and train. First and foremost, guys, you got to maintain the training. You just paid a lot of money, in some cases too much money, in some cases way too little money, but you still paid money to have your dog trained by a professional trainer. Professional word is used loosely, by a professional trainer to behavior modify and or put obedience or both on your dog. Maintain the training. Don't bring the dog home and then throw it out the window. I have clients sometimes that call me and we'll do a checkup and how's it going, and the dog's doing amazing. That's great, no issues, that's awesome. How's the e-collar coming? Well, I don't really have to use it anymore because the dog's so good that I stopped using the e-collar. Makes me cringe, okay? Remember, guys, consistency, consistency, consistency. Just because a dog is come on, man. Just because a dog's behaving well doesn't mean you won't have an emergency situation and need to take emergency action to stop the situation and get the dog back under control. A lot of dogs we train at Ridgeside K9 have behavioral issues. Most professional trainers train dogs with behavioral issues. And you can never plan for the unexpected, guys. You can't overlook what you can't plan, right? You can't overlook what you can't recreate. I used to say that a lot. There's even a trainer, used to be my friend, that used to quote that a lot. Anyway, not important. I digress. But again, you can't overlook what you can't recreate, and you can't predict. Prepared is not paranoid, and predictable is preventable. Let me say that again for most dog trainers. Prepared is not paranoid, and predictable is preventable. Critical, all right? You don't know when the dog's off leash, off collar, and you're out in public. My God, like, roll the dice, see what happens. Plan for it, prepare for it, train for it. If you're a pet owner, hold your dog accountable, right? It's not about saying their name and the dog has 10 seconds of recall. No, the recall needs to be instant. My God, if you can't get a recall with no stress or no stimulus, how are you going to get it when the stress and the stimulus expand and get really out of control, right? Anyway, hold on a second. I gotta make an exit here. 66 westbound. I'm on 28 south, and it's a little bit crazy. All right, so that's it, guys. Just make sure that when you get your dogs back off a board and train, again, whether you use Ridgeside K9 or any of the other board and train companies, and there's some really good ones, some nationally recognized ones with really good trainers. Make sure you follow through, maintenance training, group training. If you're with Ridgeside K9, we'll invite you to a lot of different private groups where you can come, bring your dog. We don't charge for any of that, guys. I repeat, we do not charge to do maintenance training once you train with us and you want to come to a group training session. Come on out, train your dog, get your dog around 35, 40 dogs at a time. It's an amazing thing. And these are mostly dogs with bite history, fight history, things like this. But that's it. Ridgeside K9, what to expect after a board and train. You got to, maybe I got off topic there. Really quick, let's bring it back. What to expect. You should expect a dog that is behaviorally modified, understands how to learn, communicates at a much...
1,000 feet, slight right onto the I-66 West ramp to Front Royal.
I was going I-66 West. Anyway, you should expect a dog that is behaviorally modified, understands how to learn, has much more clarity of task, and understands communication.
Slight right onto the I-66 West ramp.
Understands communication between handler and dog. That's critical, man. I don't care about obedience in a controlled setting. It means nothing. It can be taught at a rather elementary trainer with a lure when it comes to obedience in a controlled format. What I care about is livability, how the dog performs.
Feet, merge onto I-66 West.
How the dog performs out in public, everyday life, going to the wineries, the breweries, going shopping, walking perfectly. These are things that I care about, whether it's real stimulus, unknown stimulus. That's what we train for. Ridgeside K9, house pets to working dogs. We train them all, multiple locations, guys. Let us know how we can help you. We service at this point the whole East Coast. I repeat,
west for 9 miles.
We service at this point the whole East Coast. Ooh, that's bouncing. Ridgeside K9.